All right, guys, welcome back to BB's Basement. It's Monday, so we got chest, tries, and shoulders today. It's a little early, so we're still going to take our pre-workout, get a good lift going. We didn't lift on the weekend. Like I said, I had 2 birthday parties, so tried to just do the family time stuff. But nonetheless, back to it. It's a new week, so got to start off fresh with a nice chest day. So got our Hulk juice here from Alpha Lion. So gonna keep using this till it's gone. About halfway now. So all right, let's get it. All right, let's get this lift going. Alright guys, today we're going to focus on a little bit of bench. Not sure how heavy we're going to go, but I want to try to get my bench back up over 3 plates. So, gonna focus more on the actual bench rather than some dumbbell press. So that's our plan. A little pro tip slash just a safety thing, I guess. When you're doing bench, I always get everything set up, ready to go, and do a couple just reps with no weight on the bar just to make sure everything's situated in the right spot and ready for me to actually do the working sets. So go ahead and do that now. We might put the spotter arms on. When I do that today, I will likely put them so that the bar rests just over my chest. Typically when I bench, as you guys might be aware, my stopping point would be here, not all the way down here. I can usually get out of the pocket. It's from here up that I have problems. So we'll might do some work in that area today, but everything feels like we're in the right spot. So let's add a plate. All right, we added our plate on each side here. Again, another feeler. You don't want to jump right into 2 plates or whatever. Always good to kind of do a little pyramid up. So let's go ahead and get this going. All right, we added a 25 here, test out the location of these spotter arms, and kind of get a feel for it. We might honestly be moving it up to this next peg. Not necessarily ideal. Maybe should have done this on the Smith machine, but nonetheless, we'll stick to what we got. No point in moving it, so. That's fine. So you want your spotter arms to pretty much put it before it meets your chest. That's pretty much every time for safety. But specifically for what we're doing today, I want to be able to take my hands off the bar and still be safe. And now we're just going to be working from this sticking point. So every set or every rep, I'm going to take our hands off, put them back on, and do our rep. So if you guys are doing this with me, you'll learn pretty quickly. It's not necessarily the easiest thing because you lose all your momentum. So if you're going to try this, be wise with the weight that you try it with first. Otherwise you might be crawling out from under the bar. We will jump up to 2 plates. All right, we got our next set here. Just so everyone's aware, I have put on these safety clips now on the bench. Reason I did not before is I wanted to make sure that my arms were in the right location here. Yes, I can push off the weight previously, but just from a safety perspective, being able to dump the weight is a little bit better. Maybe not for my floor, but whatever. Safety first. So now we got the spotter arms. We know where they're at. We know we're not going to get crushed. So I feel comfortable now. But yeah, let's go ahead and give this a shot. See how this feels with 225. Again, set the weight down, don't slam it down. Otherwise it defeats the purpose. And then you push back up. Alright guys, we got our next set here. If you guys are wondering why I'm only doing 4, it's much harder than it looks. Alright, so obviously I can bench a decent bit of weight, right? But doing it where you completely remove the decompression and then you're kind of losing all of your elasticity that is built up when you go down, and you're pretty much starting from basically no momentum, no potential energy, you could call it, and you're just going full bore. It's much harder than it looks, so I urge you guys to give it a shot. Let me know how you feel. If you try it and you think that I'm just weak, let me know. But it is definitely a different feeling. So yeah, we'll do another 4, and then we'll probably go down to 125. We'll do the same with 135. And then we'll move on to our next thing. So go ahead and get going. Alright, we got our last one of bench here. Same thing. It's just like half the weight almost. So instead of 225, we got 135. Gonna try to do the same set down. This one takes more control because it's lighter, in my opinion. It'd be much easier to just do some reps. So this one is a different kind of challenge. It's more in the mind. So yeah, give this a shot too. Drop your weight in almost half. Well, drop your plates in half, help that, and then try these. Again, you'll kind of feel it a little bit differently. So let's go ahead and get it going. Alright guys, we're going to try something a little bit different for us. I might have tried this before and was not successful, so we'll see how this goes. I got our straight bar here. Gonna try to do some overhead seated tricep extensions. You can see I can't reach it, but that's fun. So I just have one plate on just to get the feel for it. So we're pretty much like this. Seated, it actually feels kind of nice right now. And then we'll do a tricep extension like this. This will kind of eliminate the, I guess, swing from our body sitting up. It's also a little bit different. I guess it might hit a little bit different on the tricep, but just a different way to do add some variety to it, variety. So I do like how that feels. So we'll keep doing it. All right, we're gonna keep the weight the same today, since it's a new thing, but I do like it. So it is also just difficult to get into. So maybe grabbing it before I sit down might be the move. Again, learning as we go. But this is something that is a little bit harder to do at a commercial gym because me, for example, I feel weird taking a bench and a cable, arguably the two most coveted things at a gym, a free adjustable bench and a cable machine. So even more so if it's a functional trainer. I feel bad doing that, so kind of nice to be able to do it in the home. Yeah, much easier to get in by holding on to the handle before. So, live and you learn. Another thing, now that I'm sitting here, that I could do is kind of the lat pullovers. So, let's keep our arms straight. Do something like this. Could work. So, today we're doing triceps. So, all right, we got our last set here with triceps, set 4. All right, guys, next we got some lateral raises. We're gonna do side and front. We'll do 2 sets of each. So we'll do 2 on the side and 2 on the front. So we'll see. We'll see what the alternation plan is, but might do one arm and then like do both to the side and then do both front and then both side and then both front. So we got 15 pounds on each side here. It's about 15 pounds effectively. Nothing too crazy. So let's go ahead and get going. We'll switch hands. And then, like I said, we'll go into the front. So we just did left hand, so we'll do right hand in the front first. And we'll switch to the left. Alright, got our next little set of these, and that should do it. So let's get going. To the front now. Take it back now, y'all. That was dumb. Alright, move on to the front. But see how we're looking after a week of staying consistent. So you still see my traps pretty good. Yeah, I'm not too mad with where we're at right now. Hoping that I can stay dialed in this time. I know, give me shit in the comments. But again, I want to get down some weight, obviously, but also just try to keep my muscle. I'm a big dude. There's a lot of muscle under there, but there's also a lot of not muscle. I always like to say I'm protecting my six pack. The reality is I'm just a fat dude. So, gonna try to dial in, get in the diet. We've been pretty consistent, aside from the birthdays. But when there's cake, you gotta eat some. It's disrespectful not to. So, yeah, other than that, we're gonna try to continue on with these lifts. The weather's pretty crappy right now, but trying to do some walks outside. I usually shoot for like 2.5, 3 miles. Obviously, with the weather being so bad, I do not want to get soaking wet at work, so the working walks have kind of slowed down for right now. So hoping that this weather turns. I was planning to go on a walk today, and it turned for the worst. So yeah, other than that, really loving this cable attachment wall. Still holding up on the wall pretty well. I was thinking I can hang one of my flags over this window here. Don't look too close, the weeds are growing. Over that window there, and that'll cover up that ambient light coming in. Not really ambient, but that extra lighting coming in. So hopefully we can get some lights figured out. I want to switch this one out eventually, but it take some wiring and time and money. So we'll see if that happens. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to BB's Basement. Just gonna close it out here. No protein shakes right now. Trying to cut. So no protein shakes. Just gonna try to get my protein in food. So all right, thank you guys for tuning in to BB's Basement. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. We'll be back again tomorrow with a back and buy day. So thank you.